All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Pour Over IT, where we filter out the fluff and serve up tech insights that make your business better. I'm Brandon Dahl, your Aladdin of IT, with my co-host and genie of all things tech, Dr. Chris Fisher. Chris, how you doing today?
Doing good, Brandon. Yeah, strong, dark, and fully productive, kind of like the AI tools we're going to talk about today.
There we go. Yep. Yes, coffee, all the time. Not the, sorry. Today we are going over real use cases for AI tools that can help simplify your life, make things more efficient, and really just save you time. So let's break it down. I've organized this into a few different categories. We're going to talk about content creation, scheduling, note-taking, and presentation generation, something probably all of you maybe have done all of them today. So first, let's start with content creation. Chris.
Yeah, so content creation for websites or social media blogs or basically anything you can think of to write up and post on the internet or anywhere else you want to post it.
Yep.
The first tool we'll kind of touch on to do that is going to be ChatGPT. It's a great tool to be able to write that copy. So if you want to get to the articles, or you want to write that email, so you can prompt it to write an email. Give it kind of the prompts of what you want the email to be, like write in a hello email. And you can give it who you want the audience to be, and then you give it the tone of the overall message, and then you can kind of hone that message down.
Yep.
So see what you put in, and then you can tell it the tone that you want that message to take. So if you want it to be more professional, if you want it to be more humorous, like make the email more humorous, make it funnier, you can do all that kind of stuff once you've done it, until you get to the perfect one you want.
Yep.
Or the perfect copy you want. If you're writing that article on your website about AI, for instance, you could use AI to write that about AI.
Yep.
And make sure, and then, like I said, you hone it down. Just want to make sure that it's giving you exactly what you want, and you can go back in here and prompt it to adjust what it's telling, what the output is, until it's what you want that output to be.
That's right. That's right.
So, and then once you do all that, and if this is for a website, you want to add a picture to it, or it's a blog, you need to add a picture to it, or like our show, the picture like we talked about last time. You can use ChatGPT, or you could use a tool like Canva and actually import that text into it and have it design pictures based off of that text.
Yep. Yeah. Canva will do something very similar to this right now. I'm asking it to create an image waving hello. Let's see how creative this ends up being. That's what I asked for. Adobe also can do this. So a lot of different programs can create images. And then there's a lot of marketing platforms too, where inside of it will create images and copy for you as well.
Right. Yeah. And again, just like with the other one, it's not exactly what you want. Like Brandon said on the last episode, you can try to keep prompting it to kind of tweak it and get it where you want before you share that out.
Yep. All right. Let's see. What's up next? Yes. Next. Scheduling. This is a really good one. So if you are like me, you struggle with your schedule. So what I have done is I use a combination of Flow Savvy, which helps me take, I'm going up here, okay, there you go, which combines all of my calendars. I have 4, 5, 6 maybe, puts them all in one spot, and I can put in a task in Flow Savvy. We'll put in a task right now, and then it will based on rules I put into it, like this is for office hours, this is for personal hours, weekends, evenings, however it is that I want to automate it. I put in a new task to show people, and you can change how long you think it might take, priorities, just like so many other task applications. You hit add, and pop, there it is. We're looking at today, and no, I think this is actually Friday, and it popped up right here down at the bottom, 2 o'clock, automatically. You can reorganize it if you want to, you can move it everywhere. Doing this and pairing this calendar in FlowSavvy to, say, a Calendly or another scheduling app, now it's even more powerful. You don't have to go back and forth figuring out, hey, when are you available? No, I'm not available this time, whatever. You can have your calendar with all of its empty spots available for someone else to pick whatever works to schedule and make it easy. Calendly is the one that we use. There are plenty of others.
And for the you people that are watching their Office 365, looks there's Copilot, which it can help you show what dates you have available on your calendar to help find that perfect spot for that meeting. It can help get you ready for your next meeting. You can tell it, hey, help me pull together my notes or whatever I need for my next meeting. So there's plenty of them that are built in that can help with that productivity.
Yeah, that's right. What is, don't update, do it later. All right, what is next?
Kind of, it's a good segue though. Make sure you're using the latest. When you're using ChatGPT, you can make sure it's using the latest data set. You can actually ask it. I know with ChatGPT and some of them, you can ask it, like, what version, when were you last updated?
Yep.
And it'll tell you its last time it's pulling. That way you know you're not getting stale data.
Yep. There's also a lot of different versions of, not just like development versions, but there's different types of ChatGPTs. And what I'll do sometimes using it is I will ask it, hey, which type of ChatGPT would be best if I'm trying to, maybe it's research a company or creating an image or something like that. And it'll tell you which one does what best. Meeting notes. I want to talk about how we can save time with our meeting notes.
Yeah, so meeting notes, there's plenty of them out there. There's Firefly, is that right?
Firefly.
Because I know there's Firefly AI, there's Otter AI.
Yep.
Even like Teams now. Well, if you're on a Teams meeting, Teams will transfer it for you.
Yes.
Right back to the Copilot, right? So there's many different versions out there that as you're having your meeting are going to listen to it. They're going to record down, transcribe it, and spit it out for you later. And you can actually use that one step further. Like I was saying, get ready for your next meeting. It can look at the last transcribed meeting notes for if you're having a meeting with the same person to pull up all the stuff that you were supposed to do. So they can highlight, like I had an action item for Brandon in our last meeting. I'm getting ready for my next meeting, and it can say, hey, did you take care of this action item? Right?
Yep.
So there's a lot of things that it can do to make sure your meeting that is productive, right? Because nobody hates going to meetings just to have a meeting about the meeting.
That's right. Yeah. And when you don't have to worry about the meeting notes, you can actually be present and have a faster meeting because you're not handwriting whatever, typing whatever, missing something. Even if it doesn't summarize and create tasks for you automatically, which I think a few of them might just do basic transcription. That too is still great. Stop taking notes, and you can take that transcription, put it into ChatGPT, put it into Copilot, and say, hey, summarize this meeting, tell me what the action items are, prioritize them for me, ask it a bunch of questions, and it'll help sort and figure things out.
Yeah, 100%.
Presentation generation. This one might be my favorite lately. Let me show you what I did. All right. So this is PowerPoint. I don't know that anybody loves creating PowerPoint presentations. We won't even get into watching PowerPoint presentations, But presentations, it's just something we have to do, right? And that first draft can take forever just to come up with. Where do I start? How do I outline it? What should it look like? On and on and on. What I did here is I took our show notes, our script, and I opened up PowerPoint. I opened up Copilot over here on the right, which I think is going to keep this history in here. Yes, log in. And I typed in here, create a presentation using this file, and I directed it to the file for our script. Maybe 60 seconds later, it spits out this entire presentation. It shows colors, it shows imagery. Oh, you can't really see any of that. There you go. All of this. So this is exactly what we are talking about right now. It chose images for it, put all the text in there, organized it pretty well. And as far as a first draft goes, you can't beat 60 seconds. And now I've half the work is done. I just need to go through. Maybe I change the theme. Maybe I change out some images. But it is a great start.
Yeah, so it is.
Yeah. So that's been my fun lately.
How long did that take you think?
Yeah. I mean it took less than 5 minutes.
Wow.
The whole thing. Just opening it up and really just thinking what it should look like. That's took the longest, and that was only probably a minute.
Well, anybody knows 5 minutes is one slide if you ever do PowerPoint, right? So
yes.
It's a good start.
Yep.
It's a good start.
And we have got a special guest here. My boy Logan. You wanna come on? Come on up. Come on up. I don't know if they can see. You want to come over here? You want
to slide through?
All right. So this guy right here, he has used AI, ChatGPT, all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like to use ChatGPT for?
I like using it for creating stories for me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty fun how we use it for bedtime stories sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how does that work? What do you do?
So you tell it what to make the story about.
Yeah.
And then once it creates the whole story, then once you're done reading it, you can make it generate pictures.
Yeah. Who reads it?
Usually you.
Well, me or ChatGPT can just read it to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just turn on the audio and it does the whole thing. And then we do the pictures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's I don't know what that says about my parenting style, but that's what we do at home for fun. All right. Thank you, Britt. Thanks. All right. Let's. You want to tackle some questions?
Sure. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What you got?
Let's go back to a little. All right. Let's see. We've collected a few questions here. Chris, how do I know which AI tools are secure for business use?
Well, one thing I say is if you're using any of these tools for your business, make sure you're using a paid account. You don't want to try to use a free account with this because you just don't want this data being used out there in the world, right? Most of these are safe on paid to use for business, but again, it's how you use them and to be cautious, right? You don't want to put, my rule of thumb is don't put anything on them that you wouldn't tell anybody outside of your office, right? Because you really don't know if that stuff's going to be used in their data sets and their learning process, their logarithms. So it's best to only make it publicly known data, just to make sure you're not accidentally leaking stuff, right?
Yep.
But for the most part, they're safe. Just make sure, like I said, the ones you're using, most of them you can ask what data set they're using.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's the most recent data they're pulling from. Mm-hmm. If you can, most of them, even like ChatGPT, can give you the reference. So if you're using this to pull something together for work or to give to a client or whatever, you can ask for the reference and then go to that reference and check it. Make sure it's not what they call hallucinating, right?
Yep.
Because sometimes these things will hallucinate and they'll just pull stuff out the air.
Yep.
And you'll pass it off as true, and then you're the one that's going to look like you don't know what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
So the best thing to do is kind of double check these things. They're not infallible, right?
Yep.
So with that being said, can I use these things for business proposals, Brandon? Like writing RFPs or answering an RFP?
So yes and no. Can it answer all of your questions? 100% yes. But to your point, if you are, especially if you're using the free version, don't put in so much information about your business that you wouldn't want everybody to know. If you're using the paid version, you should be fine. You should be fine. And yes, you can have it help answer questions for you if you're just not sure how to answer this one question in an RFP or a proposal, especially if you've written a bunch of proposals in the past before. Copilot for sure would know like how that is written and can help you draft that initial proposal just as if you had some, business analyst intern working in the back somewhere.
The one thing I would add to that too is just, I'm going to go back to my thing, is that if you're going to use these things at your work, I would just make sure your organization allows. Some organizations don't, unfortunately, yet allow AI to be utilized.
Yep.
And just don't take it from us. Make sure you check your policy to make sure you don't get in trouble at work.
Yes, totally. What other concerns, or are there other concerns about AI?
Yeah, like I said, there's some concerns about where the data is being stored, if it's the most secure data set, if you just really want to double check these things. I would take it as a reliable source, right? Even from them, you don't believe everything they tell you, right? You check it out for yourself, especially if you're giving this knowledge to somebody else. And we're just creating, some emails and stuff like that. We can quickly read that and see it doesn't make sense, right? Because sometimes these things, they go off the next best word, right? So when it writes a long email for you, you can see it gets repetitive. So sometimes you may want to just start with the base of AI and then add your flair to it, right? That way it's more human.
Totally.
Because it is a machine after all, right?
Yep.
So
it's a good first draft, it's a good intern, but if you keep that mindset, you'll make it great.
Yeah. So how do I get my team to buy in and use this, Brandon?
So change is always a tricky thing, especially new technology and things like that. You're going to have some people pushing back, and you're going to have some people who are already doing it. In fact, I guarantee someone at your company is already using AI and you don't even know. It's the whole shadow IT, everything. So it's better to go ahead and get ahead of it, get a policy for it. So that already exists. How do you get everyone else to start using it? You show them. You show them just like we did here. Look, this is what I did to create a first draft of a presentation. Blow people's minds. It's gonna save them time, and it's as easy as sending a text or having a quick chat with somebody, and then AI does the work. So I think just show and tell is the best way.
Yeah, and if it's used right, it's not magic, right?
Yep.
Everybody's sitting with a magic wand, waving a wand to have this happen. It's a tool, like any other business tool, but if used properly and with the right policies and the right precautions and the right framing and the right adoption, you can definitely get a lot of your time back. I mean, some cases it could be hours. If you think about the example Brandon did with the PowerPoint, if that took 5 minutes just to do, which is usually one slide, going back and editing those slides, and you'll be done. Well, it'll take you to do 2 slides to get that whole shit done, right?
Yep.
So that other time can be used for other productivity around your office, right? And I will say this, right? If anybody out there wants to see how they can adopt AI, especially generative AI, we have a self-assessment tool that we could send you and that you could run, and we could give you a report, and then we could have a discussion about how you could get that into your organization and get everybody using it.
Yeah.
Quick 20 questions, and we can kind of help you see where this could have a heavy impact into your business. So awesome. Just a shameless plug.
I love it. Plug away. All right. Well, I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you guys can get some time back by using AI and share it with somebody who you think is just buried in their own work. It can only help.
And with that extra 20, 30 minutes you're getting, you can watch us.
Yeah!
So,
All right, well, subscribe, click the buttons, do the thing. If you want more tech talk over coffee.
thanks everybody.
Yeah.